What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Predictions in the building. I will be recapping UFC 252. Um, you don't always get them right. I will show you guys my predictions. I didn't do too well on this card. Uh, I think it's kind of hard for a lot of people to admit they get them wrong, and I'm willing to admit I get them wrong. Sometimes you get off on a high when you pick Glover Teixeira over Anthony Smith or Derek Brunson over Edmund Shabazian, and sometimes it's hard for people to admit they're wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. Happily, I didn't bet on this show. I would have lost money. Um, I didn't do too bad on the prelims. I guess I'll show you guys. I got Kai Kamaka. I picked Kai Kamaka, even though he wasn't on the original show. I ended up I added him in when they released the card. I did pick Christopher Dawkins to beat Brian Porter, or Parker Porter, more or less. Kai Kamaka, man, he looked amazing. To go back to him, the boxing looked so crisp. He just completely dominated Tony Kelly. Kelly is a tough kid, man. He came in there in that second round and showed a lot of heart, and he looked amazing. Chris Dawkins, man, I just said it, man. That Muay Thai stance and that lead, or that what's it called? What's the word I'm thinking of? Light lead leg, light, like it was very light, and he's just he was just better. I just knew just the way his movement. It's like, man, I think he's gonna run through Parker Porter. I think a lot of people are looking at the experience of Parker Porter and the competition he's fought, but I just thought Chris Dawkins was gonna beat him. He just looked more impressive in his amateur fights. Next one, Ashley. No, actually, TJ Brown versus Danny Chavez. I should have known. I should have known. I knew Danny Chavez was working with Ricardo Lamas. I went with the favorite, just thinking TJ Brown's wrestling was gonna win at this one. Um, but I should have known. I should have known. Danny Chavez looked good. He proved me wrong. He wanted it more, and he showed what he's capable of. And TJ Brown did not show up today. It was hard. It's hard, man. As a wrestler, you'll see through this whole entire show, like going for takedowns is not as easy than throwing a punch. That's why most wrestlers would prefer to throw a punch before they go for a full throttle takedown. It's just more easier. Um, it is what it is. Next fight, Ashley Yoder versus Luvev Renato Souza. So this one, I saw. Okay, so I'll be honest. I didn't watch all this fight. I had to go get some. I had to do some chores in the house and get some stuff done. But I saw the first round, so I thought Ashley Yoder won the first round. I didn't see the next two, so I don't know what happened in those two. Maybe I don't know, but Yoder looked good from what I seen. Yoder looked good, so it is what it is. Another one I got right. Vitorano Ginopoli dominated Felice Herring. I don't think anyone expected anything less. This one, the next one, Jim Miller, Vince Pichel. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, man. This one was a hard one to watch. I was like, God damn, Vince Pichel just came special today and dominated a vet, and not in age, but in fight experience. And Jim just had no answer. He just had no answer for him in the wrestling. So, it is what it is. And this is the last one I got right. Merab Devalushi versus John Dodson. John Dodson. This is a great win for Merab, man. John Dodson is no punk. Two-time state champion in high school wrestling, so it's special to take a guy like that down. Former title contender at flyweight, has wins over TJ Dillashaw, beat Pedro Munoz, who's going to be fighting next week, I think, and or I guess this Saturday, or next Saturday, or whatever. But he made John was kind of scared to throw or let go, and he made John look like a little boy in there, man. There's no other way to say it. Merab's gonna be a problem, man. Merab is gonna be a problem, bro. He's gonna be a problem. Next fight, Oh my God, Herbert Burns versus Daniel Pineda. I should have known, bro. This guy Daniel Pineda, he's a steroid cheat. But fuck his experience, man. The guy hadn't lost in like since 2000, like 15 or 16, and those losses were like either via split decision or like some doctor stoppage or some bullshit like that. I should have fucking known. That one I'm ashamed of. That one I'm probably ashamed of the most. The other ones, I'm not that mad at myself. This one, I was like, fuck. Like the other ones, I thought those guys were gonna win. Like the ones I'm ashamed of is the ones like I was leaning towards the other way, and I didn't go. And that one I'm ashamed of. I should have known Daniel Pineda was gonna come in special, but you never know. The next ones, I take full responsibility for it. Even though I gave a really good breakdown for one of them, but I take full responsibility. Junior Dos Santos versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Jairzinho Rozenstruik knocked out Junior Dos Santos in the second fucking round. Good shit, Biggie boy. He looked amazing. I was talking to one of my subscribers about this, and he slayed it out simple, and he was going with Rozenstruik, and he said it simple, like if Junior could use his wrestling, but he's not, and if they're gonna strike, you know, Jairzinho's probably gonna knock him out. Now, I didn't think Junior was gonna take him down. I'm so stupid for this. I picked Junior based on those goddamn pics that he was taking on Instagram and was looking in shape as fuck. I was like, oh man, he's looking great, and he's gonna put a pace on Jairzinho, and he's just gonna outwork Jairzinho. That didn't happen today. Jairzinho just shut that shit down, and I think what's it called? The last takedown Junior went was against Shane Carwin, I feel like, and that was like what, 5 years ago at least. That fight was a long time ago, or maybe 6, or even longer. You know, maybe 10. Like that's a long time. Or he could have taken someone down in between that, but that's the last time I remember he took someone down is Shane Carwin. But yeah, I was completely wrong about this. I take full responsibility on this one. Next one. Marlon Vera versus Sean O'Malley. You know, I broke it down. And I said this deserved to be the co-main event because they got a lot of story against each other. I said Marlon can win this. Marlon wants to beat him. I should have known. Marlon Vera came with the blonde hair. Yes, I know a lot of people are using the ankle stuff. No, I'm not going to use that. You know, it's the same thing with Rose Namajunas. I don't care what no one says. Rose fought differently against Jessica Andrade. Even though I picked Jessica Andrade to beat Rose, even I can realize that Rose fought differently. If you've ever boxed and you know about going on the outside or whatever, and you know leading the octagon or whatever, not the octagon, the ring, and using distance and footwork, right? And you're just believing in your jab, and you're just continuously switching angles, and you're moving in a correct stance. If you don't have the proper conditioning for those muscles in that stance, your wheels are going to fall off, right? Now, obviously, Sean O'Malley has proper conditioning for that stance, right? That he does that little stutter step he was doing, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, fucking your wheels will fall off, and it's super dangerous. That footwork is super dangerous. You see what happened to Travis Brown when he tried to do the Dominic Cruz shit, right? He lost his fucking legs. And then same thing with Rose Namajunas. When she fought Jessica Andrade, right, in the third round, now she didn't get injured, but those muscles weren't embedded in her feet. If you look at her footwork, it's a bouncing footwork. It's in and out. It's not primarily on the outside. You know, she's not circling the octagon 24/7. When she fought Joanna, she's in and out. She's bouncing inside the pocket and outside the pocket. The first Jessica Andrade fight, she's bouncing inside the pocket and outside the pocket. That second Jessica Andrade fight, she was primarily in the outside, and that killed her, and they got her legs tired, and that's why that third round was so dominant by Jessica Andrade. It's simple. Now this one, I don't know. I don't know what he has to change in his footwork. I don't know what he has to do. Good thing is that this one wasn't that bad. Marlon Vera, when he beats you, he makes you look bad. He makes you look fucking bad. Thank God. He should thank his goddamn marbles. He didn't look that bad. He should thank him. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. At the end of the day, I was kind of happy for Marlon Vera. He got the W. He got screwed against Song Dong, and he got a really good high profile win today. So, yeah, and I think this is kind of a good story for Sean to have this rival in Marlon Vera. These guys were supposed to fucking fight each other, man. Let's not forget that. 229, they were supposed to fight each other. It's fucking, man, how crazy life is. And just the, man, Sean, why would you do that hairstyle, bro? But, main event. I was wrong. And I have no excuse. Stipe Miocic just dominated Daniel Cormier. I am biased. I am biased for DC, and I can admit that. I had it live. I have the at verdict. I had it 2-2 for DC. It was not 2-2. It just wasn't. I subconsciously was rooting for Daniel Cormier. And I wasn't being fair. It was 4-1. It ended up being 4-1 Stipe, honestly, when you really look at that fight. I was only watching for Daniel Cormier. If you understand, if you're watching a fight and you're only watching for somebody, like, thank God I didn't do a live stream. You guys would have probably been mad at me, you know? I wanted to see DC win. It was his last fight. You know, I know a lot of people were like, why didn't he wrestle more? Why didn't he wrestle more? He just didn't see opportunities. If you know anything about wrestling, a takedown, again, I'll say it again, costs more on your energy in your gas tank more than one punch can. Because a takedown, a beautiful double leg is a 5-step move. You know, the penetration shot, where you're shooting, your head placement, your hand positioning, all of it. And then where your rear foot is for you, so you can get that range of motion. A lot of that goes into a proper double leg, and that's a lot of gas you're wasting. And he didn't see no opportunities, and he didn't want to take those opportunities. He was just being smart. That's called fight IQ. Stipe went in there and dominated. He clinched up. He took in the boxing. I thought they were pretty decent. He dropped DC, I think in the second or third, and he looked amazing. Next fight for him is probably Francis Ngannou. There isn't no other fight. DC, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you, brother. You had a great career. You have an inspirational career. You lost today, but I honestly, I know you're never gonna see this, but to any wrestler, you're an inspiration. You know, when I went to state, let me tell y'all a story. I went to state, CIF, California State Championship. This guy Daniel Cormier, I didn't feel comfortable taking pictures with DC because I just thought it was weird. I think Michael Bisping was there too. His son Callum was wrestling at that tournament. That guy Daniel Cormier took pictures with every single person. If I've ever seen a better human being on the planet, it's DC. I know there was a lot of bad blood. I know there was a lot of arguments about eye pokes and stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, I get it. You guys feel this way, you guys feel that way. But both these guys are great human beings, and I just want to say, man, thank you, DC, for everything. eBay Predictions is out. This show, it was a hard show for me to watch. I didn't know if I was going to do a recap, but I wouldn't be honest as a YouTuber if I didn't do a recap, if I didn't talk to you guys, and if I didn't be honest with you guys. You know, I should have been better with my picks today. I do apologize, and I'll work harder next time. All right, see y'all.